From Senegal to Sugar Hill, trace the bloodline. 100 years of brilliance through the color line. They thought the shackles broke but kept the mental chain. Langston penned the future while they legislated pain. Harlem's ballrooms birthed the cosmos in mahogany, while lynching trees still decorated southern botany. Josephine, Wakers, pearls, and Garvey's Navy ships. Du Bois debating destiny with scholarship on his lips. The Renaissance was a renaissance, it was resistance, fam. Every trumpet blast from Armstrong was a battering ram. They gave us minstrel shows, we gave them Sora Neal. Turned depression into art, made the fabricated real. Cotton Club excluded us from tables every set. To form the Deanest Nightly, never free from the deck. But Bessie Smith could shatter glass, shatter cash, shatter lies. Every note she sang contained a revolution in disguise. Build temples from the rubble, make cathedrals from the scribble. Turn the margins to the center, now they study what we scribble. We build temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they try to keep us from. Fast forward through the decades, watch the pattern reassemble. Malcolm's speeches, Martin's marches, every voice begins to tremble to the earth until the structure shows its fractures. FBI was tracking every coon with every pastor, every actor. 40 acres never came but 40 minutes on a stage. To reconvene your consciousness and channelize the rage. From bebop to hip-hop, the fool lines mathematical. Each generation weaponized the beautiful, the radical. They gave us Reagan, now there's crack and mass incarceration. We gave them Public Enemy and blueprints for liberation. The Harlem Renaissance never ended, just evolved its form. Every freestyle cipher is a brainstorm, is a storm. Where the children of the talented, the tenth that was prophesied, inherit the fire that the water couldn't wash aside. They tried to write us out the narrative. We offered all on text, 100 years of proof, and that we're destined. Where was next? Temples from the rubble, made cathedrals from the struggle. Turned the largest to the center, now they study what we scribble. We built temples from the rubble, every generation double the inheritance of genius that they tried to keep us from.
All right, here we are. This is Under the Groove Podcast, and we are touching bases with the people. Better late than never, man. No excuses. I ain't got nothing to say except for I was stuck in traffic in the rain. Imagine that. Go figure, But here we are, man. All right. Again, in spite of today is a good day, I ain't complaining. Keep 100. I ain't complaining, not even a little bit. Glad to be here. Grand rising everybody, especially to the RGC and those who come in tonight and hang out with us, to get a bar of how we do what we do when we're focusing on the focus and getting down with the get down. Our thing is this, man, we about B1. B1. So that's black first, man. First and foremost, It's the love of black people, man, the unity of black people, man, the dignity of black people, man, the positivity of black people. That got to come first, man, before we can dispense or hand that out and see to it the others got it before us. It can't work like that. It ain't no good to us if we giving it to others before we give it to ourselves. That being said, here we are. This is where we keep everything above board, solid, This is where we chop it up, man, and we come together, We're going to make this thing grow. We're going to make it do what it's supposed to do because I think that this ain't one of them things, man, where, shit happens, and then, it's unexplainable. I think this is meant to be. It's explainable. It's going the way it's going because it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, man, let me welcome everybody in again. Peace and blessings to everybody. Hopefully everything is everything and everyone's day is one that was filled with what you had in mind, that the work you put in for your day. Hopefully, man, it turned out just as you planned it. All right. And if not, hey, man, let's be hopeful. Let's, send it out into the atmosphere that we get another shot at this, on the morrow, you know what I mean? And if that comes, if that is granted us, we're blessed, fortunate enough to, be 10 toes down, man, have that grand rising, man, y'all got to know you got to go at it better then at that moment than you did previous, all right? So that is, man. I'm going through some shit right now, but I seem to be caught up. But anyway, here we are, all right? What we got going on, man? Yeah, again, it was late start, man. Got caught in traffic. I was at the studio and some told me, man, go home. and just do it from home. Went and got the wife up, man, picked her up work, boom, boom, jump freeway, man, jam packed, jam packed. And then think about that. Not only was it jam packed, but when it's raining, man, that make the traffic double bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't knocking nobody, but shit, I know how to drive in the rain. I don't like driving in the rain, but I know how to drive in the rain. I'm not gonna hold nobody up, man. I'm gonna get the hell out the way, man. I know my tires are good, man. I'm focused, 10 and 2 on the steering wheel, man. I'm looking at both side mirrors, rear view, even turning my head back at 9 in. I'm trying to get the fuck off the streets, man. Get off the highway and all that wetness, man, and all those cars. Because some people, they don't know how to drive, whether it's raining or not. I ain't saying no names. I'm just saying. Some people can't drive. So, when it's raining, it's double bad for those who can, So I got to drive defensively. That drive for me and them. Damn. What they say, man, you got to be able to do yours and theirs too sometimes. You know what I mean? I could take this with yours too, man. So that's what it is. Here we are. We're fortunate to make it home in one piece. That we did. So let's get into this thizzle, man. I was in the studio today. I got in the studio this morning, man. I get some on my feed. Jesse Jackson had passed away, right? And to be quite frank, I didn't know how to take that. I didn't know if I should be sad or grieving or sympathetic. I don't know, man. I didn't know how to take that, man, because I just recall a lot of shit about Jesse Jackson I did not like. Another one of them people, in my opinion, who was selling us out. We got a whole lot of them politician activist types, right? Not to disparage the man's name. He's passed away, man. Rest in peace. My condolences to his family, his loved ones, man. Now, aside from that, I can say, I'm gonna say, man, damn, Jesse, you could do way more, man, than what you did. You got so caught up in that game, man. A whole lot of twisting and turning started to evolve, man. You got caught up in a few corruption scandals or schemes, you and your son, and I'm like, damn, man, damn, Jesse, damn. I don't know, man. I'm like this, man, about a lot of shit, man. Especially when it comes to us and our people. And then doubly, especially when it comes to those who decide who should be our people, the leaders, the so-called ones in the front, I got an issue with that, man. Like I say, man, I'm not speaking ill of the dead. I'm just saying, man, there is the fact that he left a legacy. What is that legacy? What does it represent? What was he about in terms of the people? For real, for real. I had somebody in the comments the other day on the other channel, All Things Politics 26. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to that Get Down. But anyway, somebody told me, oh, man, you need to go back and research and see what Obama did for the people. Yeah, I was like, for real? So, when I read the comment, I knew right then and there, period, point blank, this was a staunch advocate of Barack Obama. No matter what he did or did not do, you couldn't tell them that he wasn't the shit. You couldn't tell them. So I pretty much left that alone, man. And I thought to myself, though, even as I'm speaking, I'm thinking to myself about these people, man. These people who say they are us and they are representing us, and then, as we observe, and then in some cases after the fact, we come to find out they do jack. They line their pockets. Their families are super rich. They have generational wealth. They have legacies, man. And they built them the same way, man, these other people built them on our backs, man, on our vote, on our suffering, on all that shit that matter, man. That's just me talking, man. Again, man. And y'all know how we get down, man. If somebody have a difference of opinion, based on, whatever, that's what we got the RGC for, man. For those of you who are in here and don't understand what the RGC is, that is the Royal Group Congregation. And we come in, man, we come in right, stump down, everything above board. So even if I, the host, is saying something, man, that has no validity, or even if I'm saying something and someone else have a difference of an opinion, that's what this is for, man. We coming in, we chop it up. We tend to agree to disagree, but we keep love on the table. We keep respect on the table, And this is why I say, yeah, I'm not gonna speak ill of the dead. However, I got, man, an opinion in terms of how this, how his get down was, oh man, I can go in, but I'm not, I'm just saying, man, we have these people, and let's gear this or direct this issue of what I'm talking about to those who are living. We got a whole lot of them, man. They up in there, man. They don't mean us any good. The majority of them, 99.9% of them, man, are with the program. Real spit, man. They are with the program. There's no other way to put that, man. So I'll have it their asses because they're still here. These people are selling us out, man. And I mean that. They're selling us out. Damn up the river and all that other shit. They just blatantly selling us out on the streets, man. We ain't got to be in the water, in the river, up shit creek in a boat without a pedal. These people are selling us out. Again, I say, man, the majority of them, and that goes for the, junior senators or Congress people. In fact, in the Senate, I think there are only maybe 2 or 3 blacks in the Senate, but it doesn't matter, man. That 2 or 3, man, are selling us out. Us, the agenda. We should be the agenda for each and every black man or woman that goes into politics, especially on that level, federal level, shit, state level, local, city, all that. These people are selling us out, man, for their benefit, not ours. And shit, I don't like it one bit, man. I don't like pretending that I like something that I don't. Those things that create or cause me to have a bad taste in my mouth, I spit it out. Shit. I spit it out, man. If it's in my stomach, man, hey, man, I regurgitate it. I throw it right out, man. Hey, get up out of here, man, But hey, that's me. Again, unapologetically, I'm saying what I'm saying, but I'm saying it respectfully. A lot of these people didn't give a damn about us, man. They become a part of the system. And see, we always want to be quick to say it's the entertainers, it's the athletes, it's the celebrities. Yeah, them too. But the worst of them are the politicians. The worst of them are the politicians, man. Make no bones about that. Make no mistakes about that. Don't give a flying F about none of us, man. None of us. I was saying the other day about most politicians. They don't come to the grassroots level, to the street level, man, and walk amongst the people and say, hey, I'm your city, your assembly person, your city council person, your state representative, your Congress person, your Senate person. They don't do that shit. And if they do, they're waiting for an opportunity for photo ops. Make them look good. It's, oh, I was in the community, motherfucker, the last time you was like 2 years ago. Crazy, man. But it is what it is, and again, my stance is, hey man, we got to do away with these type of people, man, who's supposed to be serving us in our best interests, representing us, you know, in our best interests, man. Hey, man, good riddance, man. Get rid of them. No matter how they go, just go. This how serious this stuff is, y'all. It's that serious. It's that serious, man. We must call a duck, a strike, and a ball, man. And I'm telling y'all, man, the only way for us to really get to where we need to be, to get started even, is to deal with our own first, man. Because I'm going to tell y'all, man, this yard fucked up. The yard is all messed up, man. We got all kind of debris, all kind of stuff in the yard, man. Don't look good. Front and back. Don't look good. So that's me, you know. Again, unapologetically, that's me, you know. I'll move on. Shit. 83716 say, what up, bub? It's been a minute. What up, right back to you. Who this? You know, but you said it's been a minute. I'm hoping that you're referring to the fact that you haven't been on the get down in a while, you know, and if that's the case, shame on you, man. You know, we need that love and support. You know what I mean? We need to know that, man, the people, especially in the community, but not just ours, but all over, man, is a part of this get down, y'all, because it's going to serve everybody. This don't just serve Hoover. You know, this serves the people, man. Red, black, and the green, man. The blue rag, the red rag, man. The orange rag, the black rag, the green rag, the yellow, man. Any rag we call ourselves waving and, you know, supposed to be representing, we for that, man. We want to see all those rags and people attached to them do better. So, you know, but yeah, man, 83716, I get it. Trey Hoover's, you know, got that Hoover 716 up in there. But who is that? All right. All love and respect, man. No matter who it is, man, I appreciate you coming in here. You know what I mean? All bullshit aside, man. Appreciate you, you know, just dropping by, bro. You know, feel free, man, to jump in this, man. This is what we call the RGC, the Royal Group Congregation. And hey, man, we drop jewels and gems. We drop them for individuals like yourself who ain't been around for a while or who's just coming in, man, to see what we drop and pick it up, man. Put it to use. Tools. Informative and educational tools, man. Tools for love, tools for unity, tools for dignity, for respect, you know, and positivity, man. That's what we building, man. We handing out these tools to build this structure, this foundation where our people, no matter where they from, man, you know, can be a part of something, man, for real, for real. You know, we're building it up so we can get past this discussion stage. You know, we need to get down to the let's put in some work stage. You know, the same way we was in the streets representing, putting in that work. Same apply here, man. Same here. You know, we aim to, you know, see that not only are we a success, but man, our people, man, you know, if they losing, man, guess what? We're losing. If they are winning, if we are winning, we're winning, man. You know, there's no separation, y'all. You know, it's time to do away with separation and division, you know, dividing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're so indoctrinated with their script from what's out of their playbook that, man, I'm telling you, they close the book, man, and just, you know, damn, they're trained. We don't have to do anything anymore. We're so indoctrinated, we do their work for them. And again, I don't care on what level we are in or what our station in life is. We all serve the beast, man. And that's where we're messing up at, man. We have to get beyond that. We have to start serving ourselves and the people. You know, you do yourself right. You treat you right. Love, respect you. Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's only going to become natural for you to do that to those who look just like you. Because at that point, you get it. Especially when it comes to self. When you understand why you love you and why you should be important, then it becomes apparent that, wait a minute, it ain't just, it's my people, because they are me. Shit is important, man. You know? Anyway, man, again, bro, salute. Peace and blessings to you and yours. Hope that everything is everything. It's been a minute, man. Well, you're back now. No excuses. Good to see you back in this get down, loved one. All right. B60M, he say RGC salute to all B1. And in case you didn't know, 83716 B1 means black first. B1. B1 to push that. B1 to let others understand and know that B1 equals or means black first. That's what we push. All right. Good to see you up in here, B60. All love and respect, bro. Queen Nzinga says, hey, good Tuesday to all the kings and queens and the Royal Group congregation. And man, right behind her is Lisa Moore. Lisa Moore, she early today. That's a good look. I want to talk about black folk don't know how to be on time. Shit, that might pertain more to me today than anybody. But hey, here I am. It's good to see you up in here, Queen. Lisa said, peace and blessings to you, big bro. Peace, blessings, and love to the kings and queens in the chat. B1, black first, y'all. B1 to represent black first. That's where it starts from. One. Let's not allow it or keep it that lonely number, man. Let's bring something to it. Let's have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what I mean? Let's get it up, man. That B1, let's get it up and out there. Okay, 83716 say, man, I haven't been tapped in for a minute. What's RBC? It's RGC. It's the Royal Group Congregation. All right. That's what it is. And that what it pertains to, what that represent is these individuals. That would include yourself. You say you haven't been here in a while, though you've been gone, you still were a part of the initial stages of this get out. Mostly everyone here, started from jump, you know what I mean? Or there are some who came after it was, up and running. So what? They are here. They are part of the RGC. And again, all that is, man, there's a lot of brothers and sisters, men and women, grown folk, black folk, recognizing that, man, we are of royalty. One, we are a group. Two, the congregation, man, is the fact that the people could come together, man, and chop it up. Again, be informed, be educated, you know what I'm saying? Sit and listen to one another, have conversations, discuss things, dialogue. That's what the RGC is. That's part of it, And I would wager there's so many in here, the RGC, who will give you a better description of what that is than I did. So, yeah, that's what it is, bro. It's the Royal Group Congregation. It's brothers and sisters, man, who come together, man, and decided that, or realize that we have way more in common than we don't, coming together, man. It's a congregation of black brothers and sisters and others, to be quite honest, we're aware of that, But anyway, there that is, man. All right. I see y'all. It's all good, loved one. RGC, man. The Royal Group Congregation. All right. Queen Nzinga said the LA folks can't drive in the rain. The downside is sunny California. Yeah, because it don't rain too much in California. You know that Tony song. It never rains in Southern California, but when it do, it does. And people do not know how to act, man, when the roads get wet. I'm telling you, you got to do theirs and yours too, man, to make sure you get from A to B, from B back to A. That's just what it is, man. 83716 driving the snow. Much more difficult. I wouldn't contest. I wouldn't doubt that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't doubt that. Was in Mississippi, man. I tell you, I told the story about a week or so ago. Flew back out there, man, and snow everywhere, about a foot high. Yeah, man. Know about no chains and all this old shit. Cause I had a place down there in the country, and you're going on that interstate, man, and on them back roads, you need all kind of stuff in them tires just to make sure that you ain't spinning out or the car will move, shit like that. But that ice, when it get hard, it's just hard. There's no traction. Yeah, that is a much more difficult situation to deal with, man. But we here in California, man. All we know is rain, man. For the most part, for the most part, man. So we deal with the rain, man. And I can't understand why or how it is that people who've been here, probably, most of their lives still don't know how to get down in the rain. If I was where the snowfall, trust me, hey man, I'm gonna know how to get around in that shit. I ain't gonna let that stop me. But yeah, appreciate that, man. That's some real that's some real shit what you just dropped, man. Driving the snow, much more difficult. Yeah, still rest easy. Likewise, bro. Appreciate them comments. All right, Acres Home 44. Where you been? You say I'm here. Yeah. Again, better late than never, man. Me and you, we got here around the same time. I've been 5 minutes earlier than you, but I'm just getting here. So yeah, I'm here too. Shit. I'm here too, man. Okay, 8376 said Obama ain't done none for us. Hey man, tell the truth, shame the devil, man. And see, I think that's part of the problem. See, I get it, man. This was a black man. For a lot of us, that was a first. You know what I mean? So yeah, we wear that on our sleeve, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, fool, but after it's all said and done, well, that's putting the cart before the horse, man. Why in the get down doing whatever it is he's supposed to be doing in the get down? He wasn't getting down for us. When he left to get down, we come to really know, to fully understand, he did jack for us. I don't celebrate Obama. You know what I mean? I hate to admit it. I got a damn picture on my wall with him, King, Malcolm, Mandela, Obama, Malcolm, King, Mandela. Is it 4 of them? Maybe 5, but I know it's 4 for sure. On my wall, in my living room. I look at it often. That's okay, for real, man. What did you do, man? For real, remind me. I can add to or speak. I'm saying minimally on what the others did. But for the life of me, I don't recognize one thing. Somebody I remember saying, well, he gave us free health care. No, he didn't. Man, shit went up as a result of that. Y'all forgetting. Shit went up. That shit was not free. It was not free. Shit, we paid for that too. So hey. But yeah, I agree, bro. Obama ain't done none for us. All right, Raymond Score, I see you, loved one. Raymond Score 102, man. Peace and blessings, you and the fam, bro. Want to send also a shout out to the Rays, man, and hoping that them brothers, man, are focused on the focus, man, and they're going to figure out a way to get it done, man, in that sector, hopefully be an example for other sectors in terms of how to get it done, man, and to represent for real our neighborhoods and our communities, our streets, our blocks, our sets, That's the hope. So again, man, peace and blessings to the Rays as well as you and your family, Roscoe. All love, bro. You going to say though, greetings, bud. My regards to you and your family. May peace be with the brothers and sisters in your community. Blessings to the kings and queens of the Royal Group congregation. Right back to you, homie. Peace and love. All right, Al, I see you. You say no Obama. No, Obama authorized the killing of Gaddafi. And a whole lot of other stuff. Man, he was bombing people. He was getting with them other people over there in the ME, trying to bomb people into submission, helping them people to get rid of them people. Wasn't just about marginalizing them, it was about trying to eradicate them, and especially their leaders. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I have, hey, if that was him instead of Jesse, I'd be elated, because I think that's what's deserved for those of our ilk who sell us out, man. It should be that. The end, you know. That's what I say. You know, nobody has to agree. And again, this is just my opinion. You know, I'm keeping it clean though. You know, we want to make sure. Well, I want to make sure I don't say nothing to YouTube like, we gonna flag you. We gonna red flag you. You know. Anyway, there that is, man. Al goes on to say salutations to you, Bub, and the Queen, and the entire RGC. Got to keep it short at the moment. I'm at my son's high school basketball game, playoff game with the family. Peace and blessings, kings and queens. Hey, man, let's just put in the atmosphere, man. Let's wish the best for the young king in his game today, man. Not only that he wins, but he goes about that sport, that event, you know, with integrity, man, and principles, you know, that, and not only that he's good at what he do, and he's humble about, you know, how he put it down. All right. Peace and blessings to you, Al, and your family, man. Enjoy that game, bro. We'll catch you on the next one. You going to say you ended with B1 equals black first, y'all. Yeah. All right, Antonio, I see you up in here, bro. Peace and blessings, man. It's good that you're here. It's always good that you're here. In fact, it's good. It's always good that everyone shows up when they show up, you know. As long as you show up, it's a good look, you know. You can still prioritize your lives, you know, and that's what you should do. If you have a couple of minutes in there, say, hey, man, I'm tapping in. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like, man. You know, short comment. And if you haven't subscribed, man, subscribe if you see fit. But yeah, priority first, man. Priority first, man. And then for me and for us, it's something special when brothers and sisters find time within their day, their schedule, say, hey, what's up? Love y'all, man. Catch you on the next one. That's love. That's love. Straight up. All right, Queen and Zinga, don't get hot on us tonight. She be firing this thing up lately. She been putting comments up out of this thing, man. All in it, man, be spilling over. You and James, y'all put it in. C1, y'all don't play. Anyway, Queen and Zinga says Jesse Jackson wasn't perfect, but he did tribute to real outcomes. His impact on Black America is deep and measurable. He was met with obstacles and probably was scared at the Martin's death. Okay. Yeah. All right. Listen. If you're scared, go to church. If you're scared, go to church, stay in church. Stay out of the fray, stay out of the way. You know, but taking a job, had to have taken the job, knowing the job was dangerous. You know, I don't want no excuses. These brothers and sisters know. See, I liken that, man, to like gang banging. Some gang bangers really don't know how dangerous it is to be gang banging, right? It's a life and death matter. Therefore, some gang bangers, man, they go at it, they go in it just like that, knowing the job is dangerous, that they could die any day. You know, representing, as backward as it is, all right, everybody, what they represent, some street nobody owns, you know what I mean? Just real. That's the truth, you know? But that's how they go about it. It should be, it ought not be any different from, especially from politicians, public servants, because you told us going into it, you were going to fight for us. And I'm willing to wager, man, if we research deep enough, long enough, far back enough, a lot of them said, man, I'm going to do it or I die. I put it on my mama. You know, we going to get it done. I'm going to die trying, you know. Hey, man, when you go into this type of get down, and I said this, man, because I mean it, and I think I kind of get it in terms of how that thing is really structured. When you go into that thing, man, and you're not going devoted to whatever the cause was that got you in politics, man. But let's say it was the people need for proper, honest, devoted, and dignified representation. You went in there for the people. Man, I'm a move heaven and earth for the people. Second year in there, all that done changed. You know, every now and then you might throw the people, loaf of bread, while you drive off in the bread truck. My thing is this, man. I can't make excuses for myself, so I damn sure ain't gonna make excuses to speak up for somebody else, man, who didn't do what they were supposed to do, and they know in their bones they didn't. They know they let the people down. Ain't no defending that, man. I cannot defend my behavior, man. How I sold out the people, how I attacked the people, how I helped destroy the people. There's no defending that, man. So therefore, there should be no defending individuals who go into public service, especially under the pretense of guys that you're going to serve the people. There's no defending them who say that, then go and do nothing or a little bit. I'm not trying to discredit or dismiss or be dismissive in terms of whatever it is he brought to the table, or contribute to, whatever. I'm not attacking that. However, if you ask me, I think part of how they got out, it's the reason why we still in this shit we in. They wasn't with the business. I can't understand for the life of me why people would let people hit on them and not hit them back. I understand fear. I get that. I get it. I don't condone being in fear. No man. No man. That may be my downfall one day. Not having fear of any man. Don't care what they got. Okay, then must be my day to go. But this is like year after year after year after year after year after. You get the picture? Get the picture. There's no defending that. There's no defending that. If that's what you are professing your job is, or what you come here to do, then that's what you should do until such a time you say, hey, man, I'm going to do something else now. I've done all I can do. I'm moving on. It wasn't none of that. Every time there was something that dealt with a black person and an issue, an injustice or something, there they are for photo ops. Opportunist, man. This how you know, this how you can tell, or this is the mark of an individual, man or woman, especially when we're talking about black, that has the people's best interest at heart. You could tell, man, by what they'll accept, especially in the job they're in. You could tell by how they vote, how they go about doing the people's business in them halls of power. You could tell when they don't bend a knee. They don't kowtow. They say what it is and mean what they say, man. They'll get up in front of the camera and say, hey, man, so-and-so, tell it like it is. Especially if saying that what it is affects our people. Especially. Man, these people, man, they get up in front of a camera real quick, man, skin and grin, bug dance, shuck and jive, man, step and fetch. But they don't represent the people, man, with courage, with courage, man, purpose. They don't do that. Most of them represent other people. That's the truth, y'all. Most of them get up there, they forget us, man. They go with the numbers because we're what, between 40 and 50 million in the country. We're not a big enough block to look after, protect, defend, go to war for, to fight for, die for. I don't know, man. I don't, again, man, respectfully, man, to everybody, anyone's opinion about shit. But I think the fact of the matter should be what should be scrutinized and spoken about. I don't, hey man, I don't see that none of them people doing what they supposed to do for us. What I do know, what I have seen is that they're all rich. They're all rich, man. And I'm not talking about $1 million rich. They're all worth millions of dollars. So, respectfully, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Straight up. Obstacles. Man, our people been knowing obstacles since shit. They put them chains and them shackles around our necks and wrists and ankles. We've been knowing what's been holding us back, what's been keeping us boxed in. Obstacles, that ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. Martin wasn't the first one they killed. And if that is a contributing fear for them people, they in the wrong business. If Martin's death was traumatic to anybody in the realest sense, all right, what would people do, man? There's one or two options. And they say this in psychology. You either fight or you take flight. Fight or flight. You stand and fight or you run away. Now, anybody understanding that, hey, man, I'm in a situation or I'm in a type of business where brothers are getting murdered, hey, man, I don't want to die. I'm getting away from all this. Or let me tone it down a little so that they won't trip on me. Let me bring it down a notch. Let me know, hey, man, I could be talked to. You could talk to me, I'm a good one. I'm one of the good ones, Get out of here, man. I hear that. Martin, shit, man. Come on, man. They were killing brothers for Martin. Gunning them down. Man. Anyway, moving on, man. Raymond Skull says, man, bro, I'm convinced that the dynamics of Black politicians will change once we're able to gain access to those political arenas. We politicians, similar to Mac reps. Real shit, right? I don't know if I ever told the story. I was vice chairman at one time. And hey, man, they got rid of me. True story, bro. True story. Mule Creek level 4 had opened up. I just get there, man, with my life sentence and shit, right? Well, all right, man. And again, man, I little, education and understanding, had been informed about Black issues and, our plight in the world and in prison, So I forget. I'm trying to remember who's man, get that position, bud. We need a homie in that position. That's originally how it started. And I was like, at first, man, I ain't fucking with that shit. I'm selling weed and shit. I'm in there hustling. I got a license. I'm thinking, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, man. I'm in prison hustling though, trying to get, all this shit for what, man? It was crazy. Anyway, so I get the position. Vice chair. The brother who was the chairman, the president, the brother out of the Bay, out of Frisco, He used to be a bodybuilder. I forget the brother name, man, but he's a bodybuilder, man. And he freaked out. He took these roids, man, and he killed this girl, you know. Anyway, you know, his demeanor, you know, real in there, you know, meek, well mannered, you know, man, brothers, you know, look at, you know, a lot of brothers thought he was weird. But, you know, it was decided that he would be the chairman, the guy. And then it was decided that I'll be there to keep watch on him. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what happened, man. So we get in there, man, and immediately I see that as representatives of the convict population, they were falling short of the mark, man. You know, these dudes were docile. You know, captain come in, associate warden, you know, lieutenants, and they just, you know, all of a sudden they good boys. You know, I'm like, hey, man, no. You know, my first meeting, I observed, peeped out everything, everybody. Left that meeting, got on him, you know, and got on the rest of the Mac body, the blacks. Like, man, nah, man, we can't be going in there like that no more. Straight up, man. No more. You know, a lot of issues concerning what do they call that, Roscoe, when inmate welfare fund, you know, all the taxes of, you know, you food sell certain money go to the inmate welfare fund. The inmate welfare fund, and that was the name of it, serves the inmate population. You know, they use that money to buy movies, you know, so that we have movies all week long or whatever. Food sales, you know, shit like that, you know, some certain supplies, you know. But they were taking the education department was taking the inmate welfare fund and doing what the hell they wanted to do with it, you know. So, you know, I started reading the Dom, and I was like, hey, they not supposed to do that, you know. So I'm telling, you know, the dude, hey, you know, no, hold on, bub, you gotta be, you know, we gotta go. I'm like, man, fuck that. We ain't doing nothing like that. We're gonna let them know we're aware of what the Dom says they're supposed to do. And if they don't do that, when we 602 their ass, send all the way to sack, you know. Man, do you know? It was a month. It had to be a month. They didn't kick me off the MAC. They came and got me. But they sent an asshole CO, two of them. I'm on the yard. It just, man, just the boldest shit ever. Now, I don't know if they looked at my file or not, but shit, in prison, I was knocking out COs. I ain't have a problem with it, you know. They came in with the BS, man, and one, fuck you, you know. Hey, man, cuff up. Yeah, all right. Let me see you do that, you know. Boom. You know, that's what it was. That's what it was, you know. Handled that, but got me off the yard. Got me off that yard, you know. Got me off the yard, man. So I'm saying all that to say, man, listen, when we have people in positions like this, man, they have to know, man, that their job, their only job, man, is to represent the people, what the wishes and the needs of the people are, put them before those who need to see them, and let them know, man, by any means, this is what we must have. If they're not doing that, man, they're in the way. Or, you know, if they're doing that, yeah, they're in somebody else's way, and chances are, hey, man, they'll get rid of you. All right, so be it. But we're not compromising our position. You know, we're not going to allow, you know, our position to be compromised. You know, we're not going to let you just push our shit to the side or the back burner while we're steady looking out for other people all over the world. You know, and we got this problem right here. You know, that money y'all want to send out should go right here, you know. So I don't know, man. You got to know the job is hard when you take it, you know, especially if you're about to, you know, involve yourself in a line of work that is difficult, you know, that it's just hard, you know. Either you're going to do the work of the people or you gonna become corrupt like everybody else in that in in that line of work. And for the most part, a lot of them allow themselves to become corrupted. Period, point blank, man. Yeah, we need MAC. He's out here on the streets, though. Real shit, man. And get it done that way. Trust. All right, Donald Davis, man. He said, "What up, bub, man? What's up with you, loved one?" And it's the bub with the B-U-B. B-U-B-B. It's bubble, not bub, a light bulb. One of them podcasters made the mistakes and, calling me bub, a light bulb. Like, he's stupid, man. Anyway. Yeah, that cat, yeah, if y'all recall. Anyway, yeah, man, it's bub, man, B-U-B-B. And anyway, it don't matter, man. I see you up in here. That's what matters, man. I appreciate your presence, bro. You know how we do. You know how we do, man. I got something I want to talk about, man, other than the passing of Jesse Jackson. And like I say, man, that should only warrant just so much thought and time, because as long as he's been in politics, man, he should have showed devoted, more real time, man, in purpose, to his involvement as a political activist, a presidential candidate, or whatever. Should have did more. Anyway. Okay. I see 83716. You got something going on here. You say G1B2 F3 H4 is getting crazy. Got GBFH. Anyway, God Black Family Hoover is getting crazy. Life is crazy, man. That's what it is. He say, cuz name is Bub, not Bub. I'm just saying that's cool though, bro. No, he caught up now. You know what I mean? And he ain't the first one though. He ain't the first one. I had cats call me Bubba. I'm not Murray Bubba. We got a Bubba in here, B-U-B-B-A. I'm Bub. I'm just Bub. I've heard cats call me, hey Bud, hey Bud. Like, yeah, all right, checks out, man. But yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good. All right, 83716, man. G-Man, little homie from the trade. I just been going through some things, big bro. Hey, man, you know what? That's par for the course. That's like 18 holes of golf, man. You got all kind of sand traps, man, and hills and valleys and, water traps and shit. That's par for the course. We all go through some shit, Us going through shit, though, don't define us. You know what I mean? It don't define who we are or how we're made up. Us going through some shit and struggling through the shit, coming out of that shit would define who we are, man. So us going through some shit, man, hey, sad to say, but that's life, right? That's life. Everybody go through some shit, man. I'm telling y'all, man, we have more in common than we don't. Especially us. Especially us. We all going through some shit. A lot of us keep a straight face. We know how to wear it well. You know what I mean? We wear it well, man. But we going through shit. Because all we know is how to keep going. Even when shit rough. Even when shit tough. Even when shit don't go our way. We got to keep going, man. So keep going, bro. Keep going. But I think one of the things that we are, or one of the things we, neglect to understand about that keep going thing. Okay, what are we going to keep going for? What's the purpose? What's our motivation? What propels us? What makes us keep going? What is that in front of you to say, man, I got to struggle through this. I got to get to that. That's what keeps us going. Have a name for it, man. Have a name for it. It could be your family, it could be your kids, your wife. It could be you just want to do better in life, want to see better, have better, you know? That's what that's about, bro. You know? We all go through some things. That's a given. That's why we have these discussions. This is why we have the Royal Group Congregation. This is why we have brothers and sisters all over saying, hey, man, enough is enough. We tired of going through some things, man. It's time for us to get it together, man. Enough for the going through some things shit. We've been going through some things, man, for a long motherfucking time. We the only ones still going through some things, man, the way we have, you know? Yeah. Par for the course, man. Sad to say, you know? But this is all the more reason for us to get it together. First and foremost, for individuals, we as individuals have to get our minds right, man. You know, we have to, be in a position where we're listening to our souls, our spirits talk to us, man. Allow it to link up with this right here, man. And as a result of that, this is going to fall in place. It's the mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, and soul is one unit. They have to be aligned, man. But we got to get in touch with ourselves first. And once that happens, man, I'm telling you, the door is going to be wide open for us to come together and get it to the point where we ain't got to go through some things no more, man. Because we running things. It might be somebody else's turn for all we know, but we not even concerned with that. We focused on getting out of that situation where we had to keep going through things, man. We focused to the point where, man, that shit is behind us, man. And we can look back and speak to our ancestors and say, man, we did it. We done went through everything it was for us to go through. We made it through. Now we finna create some things. We finna do some things now, you know. That's the get out, man. Yeah. Dare to struggle, man. Dare to win, bro. You know? Keep pushing. Keep grooving. But know what your groove about. Let it be about something productive, you know? Something that involves positivity, your growth, your empowerment, and then those and for those around you. You know what I mean? That's what it got to be about, man. Don't worry about nothing else, homie. We gonna struggle through some things until we decide to get it together. Till we say, man, we're done. We tired of that shit. When that happens, then us going through some things will cease to exist. Real spit. Frederick Hazaby say double up. Queen Nzinga said, okay, here go, y'all. All right. You ruffle some feathers. But Queen Nzinga say Operation Push wasn't just speeches. It was economic warfare against racist companies. He forced corporations like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and General Motors to hire and promote blacks. He did. I think that was on his agenda. But if I remember correctly, the way he went about it was kind of, well, it wasn't above board, you know. And then there's a lot of, let it be told, man, how he did a lot of shit, he did it with the wrong affiliations. You know what I mean? It's alleged that, he had ties with, right? I mean, just, so that means, man, if that's the case, allegedly, he working with them, right? Then that means, man, they getting something off the top. So to say that or make like everything he done or he did or was a part of doing was for us, it's not the truth. It's not the truth. You're going to push for the people you use just the people to push. That's part of our problem. We always want to bring in somebody else, man, because for whatever reason, we feel we can't get the job done on our own. We've been convinced, man, that we're inferior, even when it comes to negotiating, man, for equality, for jobs. You know, we got to go, man, and holler at, these people who run unions and shit like that, man, to help us fight, to get in the door, where a job could be offered to us, I don't agree with a lot of shit. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying what I'm saying because I don't like the brother. I don't like the brother. But more so, and like how he got down for us. That's it. That's just it. I don't care about none of that stuff, man. I don't care about none of that stuff, man. What his contributions supposedly were to us. What was these brothers, man, when they look, man? Them dudes, man, they were being told what fights to pick, what fights to get involved in. All we have to do is go back to that time where he was being a so-called political activist and look at historically what was happening to black folks, what was serious and what was, some shit, not as serious as this, and see what that fight was like from him and others, in opposition to what was being done to us, man, in the realest way. In the realest way. We're talking about, man, police brutality, the unliving of individuals. We're talking about whole city blocks being burned down and bombed. That's something you stand up for. At this point, it'd be like, fuck a job. Ain't gonna have no people to go fill the fucking jobs if you killing them. Shit like that, you supposed to fight tooth and nail for. You supposed to fight to everyone involved in that shit is held accountable and they serving time or they've been discredited or canceled, Yeah, man, it's just a whole lot of shit, man. I'm just saying. I don't care nothing about who the puppet master say we should look at as a leader. I don't care nothing about that. Never have. Never have, Never have, man. Where them jobs now? Where them jobs now? Last 15, 20 years, was he trying to get them jobs back? Just asking. Just asking. Or did he kick back and lay back like a fat cat? Say, I did mine, I'm done. Living high on the hog. Probably what did him in. No telling. But I don't care nothing about that. His job should have been that to the day he died. Don't let up. They don't. Oh, photo op opportunities as people, man. I didn't care nothing about them. I mean that. Mean that, man. That game is another thing, y'all. That game is a fishy game. Again, man, we're dealing with politics. We're dealing with politics. Any aspect of what they say he did, I guarantee you, man, it could have been done 10 times better. But I'm willing to wager he took a deal. He took a deal. Bet you. And got some off the top or the bottom. So I don't feel no kind of way about that, 83716 said, man. All right, I'm gonna read this, but I'll tell you about it later. All right, my girl from CMG, my dad's side of the family is Bloods. My mom's side is Crippin. I'm the only Groove. I could choose a side. I love all my people, Blood, Crip. SA, Asian, whatever, as long as they good people. All right, there you go. I'm gonna leave that alone. You're going to see my grandfathers and grandmother built Nicodemus, Nicodemus, Kansas. I'm well tapped in to our lineage. Much love, big bro. Well, hey, man, that's good. They built Nicodemus. So you're saying that that's a city or town or township, a parish that was built by blacks? I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm asking. You know, Nicodemus, Kansas, everybody. All right. Is that place still standing? Is it still functional? You know, what's the population? You know, your family's still there. They built it, but is your family there? You know, that's a good legacy to have right there, if you ask me. Yeah. Much love right back to you, bro. Appreciate that info, that insight until you get down, man. Khalifa Talk, he say, loved ones. Yeah, long time no see, bro. Good to see you up in here. Welcome back. And just so some of you don't know, this is Under the Groove Podcast, and you are touching bases with the people. This is what we do every Monday and Friday from 6:15 to 8:15 or beyond, you know. But this is where we come to get down with the get down and focus on the focus, man. Our people are here. The RGC is in full effect. Y'all more than welcome to be here, man. You know, like I said, man, we drop jewels and gems. Pick them up, man. Take them with you when you leave, man. Pass them on. Pass them on, man. That's how we trying to build some shit right there, man. We drop informative and educational knowledge. That's it. That's all. We have opinions also. And some of us may not agree with our opinions or what we're saying about whatever. However, we do agree that we can agree to disagree and still be respectful and loved, you know, still look at the situation as we won. Still a unit. All right. That it is. All right. Khalifa Talk, man. Good to see you. Good to see you back in this get down. Welcome back. All right. Oh shit. Kamisha Fontenot. I hope I said that right. Anyway, much love, big bro. Spider tapping in. All right, there you go. There you go. Which spider? I know a few spiders. I know who you is though, man. Good to see you back up in this get down with us, bro. Much love. Appreciate the conversation too earlier. Check it out. All right. Good to have you up in here, man. So it's fam right there, man. All right, Rick Black. He said, "What's up, bub? What's going on, man? Everything's everything, homie. It's a grand rising. If you're here, man, even if you ain't on this get down right now, man, just know and accept that, man. If you are up, you've been up all day, man, making your way, doing what it is you do, man. You are fortunate. A lot of y'all say blessed, you know. I say you are one of the privileged, you know. Your spirit, man, got up anew when you was 10 toes down, man. As soon as your eyes open, man, that was your spirit, man, being reborn in a way, you know. It's a rebirth. That's giving you an opportunity. You were granted an opportunity to improve on today. I mean that by saying this. Yesterday is behind you, but you got the whole day ahead of you. What you gonna do with it? It should be looked at just like that every time you open your eyes, man, coming out of slumber. After the cousin of death allowed you to open your eyes, man, first thing you ought to want to do, man, is appreciate the fact that happened. Get up, get out, get something. You know what I mean? Improve on the day. But anyway, man, that's what's happening, Rick Black. Good to see you up in here, bro. Hopefully all is well on your end as well, man. Murray Bubba, what it do? He said, God bless y'all, man. One love, big brothers and big sisters from Texas. We send ours all the way back down to the Lone Star State to Texas, man. To all our brothers, man. Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, Austin, and all the other ones I ain't gonna name, can't name. All love and respect, though, to the brothers and sisters down that way, man. Real spit. All right, James, I see you up in here, man. You said love and respect, Brother Bub. I appreciate you. I appreciate you as well, bro. And that go for everybody, man, not just in RGC, man, but who's, just period, man. There's love and appreciation, period, for everybody, man. That's the way it should be. All right, Raymond Skull, man, what you talking about, bro? You said, speaking of Obama, I learned today that there was a black president before Obama and even before Washington. I know about that one. Yeah. Once the Constitution was erected, it changed how Congress chose presidents. John Hanson, first brother, before Continental Congress and all that shit. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Something happened in those times, man, that changed everything for us. Because before they were even established, the Continental Congress or, whatever party that was, man, there was already a government in place. They just, mailed into it. But there were all kind of black Congress people, man, and senators. I recall reading that hatred and jealousy started to grow because black men were marrying white women. A lot of them didn't like that, and for whatever reason, y'all go check that out, research it if you see fit. But I recall reading that. And, from, a many number of black politicians back in that time to none, couple of decades later, man, it's telling. Something happened, man. Something occurred, something occurred. But we had brothers involved in politics in this country before George Washington, way before George Washington, So, yeah, do our research, y'all. John Hanson. Good looking out, Raymond. Good looking out, Roscoe. Appreciate that, bro. James said, man, black is too strong and too beautiful. All races better bow your heads to the kings and queens. You can never be as beautiful as black. I don't care where you from. Respect my people. Murray Bubba said, man, Jesse Jackson was out of control. See, a lot of people, again, hey, man, I just know what I know, and that might not be a lot, what I mean? It might not mean nothing, to other people, but I know, man, homie, he wasn't all that, I think that if it wasn't a benefit in it for him, he wasn't about it. He had to have seen some benefit for him to be about it, and that's why I say that he and others like him are just opportunists. Read a story about the King assassination and what he did, during that whole, process and the aftermath, what he did. It was opportunistic, it was an opportunistic get down, what he did, But hey, man, again, he's gone, but we have some still here worse than him. This is me talking. All right. James said, man, I can't see anything being referred to as a job if you don't get no money or benefits for your work. Game banging or dope dealing or all that mess. I don't know what kind of job that is. It's nonsense. True that. I did something today on Under Groove podcast, not touching base with the people. It'll drop tomorrow. But I did a PSA, man, for the brothers, man, especially in our community. But I need to express right now that goes for all young brothers and sisters in all the communities, man. Basically, the title of it is, man, there's no success in game banging. There's no such thing as a successful game banger. Nah, it's just not. It's just not. Trust that. It's not. You know? And for those who say that it is, consider this. All those who we would consider are called successful or who were successful in game banging, where are they? Where are they? One or two places. For all those who we want to say, that goes for those who started game banging, Crip or Blood, you know? Just straight up, man. Crip or Blood. There's no such thing as being a successful game banger, man. It's just not. Make that make sense. You can't, you know? But there is only one successful game banger in the world. And you'll get this when I'm done. But there's only one successful game banger in the world, man. He or she isn't the one in prison for long periods of time or doing life in prison. It isn't the one who died for the set or because of the set. You know? It is the one who leaves game banging behind for greener pastures. It's the one that decides that he or she wants a better life and moves away from game bang. That's that successful game banger. And in fact, you can't even call them game bangers anymore. You know, there's only one successful game banger, and that's the one that has enough sense to get away from it. That's it. That's it. It's self-explanatory, man. Game banging. It's self-explanatory. There's no success in that shit, man. There's no such thing as a successful game banger. Somebody's right now saying Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg wasn't no game banger, man. Shit, knock that shit off. You know, Snoop Dogg was not a game banger. Y'all understand what game banging means? I know there are different connotations for it now, different meanings and shit. But when we came up, it meant one thing and one thing only. It wasn't straddling and offenses. It wasn't, hey, man, you bang. You know? And that yeah came with all the consequences. That no, then we know you're not no banger. More than likely, you never see him again around the set, you know? But game banging, for real, was a deadly job, man. It killed you in one or two ways. It killed you literally physically, and I mean in terms of breathing, or it killed you in terms of freedom. There's no such thing as successful game bangers, man. And anybody that say they game banging, they lying. Because game banging, man, is some active shit. It's just some foul shit, straight up. And you know, game banging or game bangers do it until they're either in prison, and some continue there, or they're dead. I'm not talking about this shit we see on social media, man. That's not game banging, man. You know, let's get it straight. That's not game banging, man. You know, those are more than likely opportunists, you know, opportunistic people, you know, you see a way to, you know, hustle, make some money. You're mad at them. But perpetrating the fraud, they're perpetrating, you know, dudes are perpetrating. No such thing as a successful game banger. The only one who is the one who backs away, leaves game banging for greener pastures, man, for life, for a future, you know. Ain't none of these do successful game banging, man. The 99%, all of them basically don't have anything, man. Don't have nothing. Look how they hang out. Look where they hang at. You know, don't have shit. Don't have shit. Don't even own the streets, man. They dying for, or going to prison for, or killing for. Don't have nothing. There's no such thing, man. So we have a lot of young brothers and sisters who think they're going to be successful at game banging. They're going to be the shit. That ain't the way that work, man. You know, this just ain't the way that work. And they need to be told the truth. Straight up. You have to forfeit their lives, man. For what? For what? Game banging ain't about shit. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know, and it took me, shit, man. I'm fortunate to be here. Game banging my whole life. Can't tell you how many times, man, the bullet missed me by that much. Game banging ain't nothing, man. It needs to die so brothers and sisters can live, man. That's where we're going to find our success. That's where we find our successful brothers and sisters, those who are given an opportunity to live, man, to have a future. Game banging does not offer that. It does not offer success. Straight up, man. Anyway, that's what it is, man. Murray Bubba said, man, a bunch of people was never for us. That's the truth, man. So 83716 asked me, man, do you think you an African, bro? I'd tell you like this, right? What I do know is where I was born, where I am right now, where most of my family was born in terms of those who I had knowledge of. You know what I mean? That it is. I can tell you though, not the chances are, you know, but the reality is our lineage goes there. It goes back there. That's where we come from. It's not where we are. You know what I mean? This is where we are. And for a lot of us, we've been here for generations. Our families have been here for generations upon generations. But we come from there. What does that make us? You know, that don't mean that, oh yeah, I got to push and I'm African. No, that don't mean that, because that's where our lineage would lead us back to. No, that ain't it. I had somebody leave a comment in on the other channel, all things politics 26, and was upset with me because I used the phrase in a comment speaking about African/Black American, you know, African American and Black American, right? This individual was FBA, Foundational Black American. This is this new thing that, you know, since 2019, they've been talking about. Okay, I had no problems with that, you know, except for one, and I'll get to it. But here's the fact, man. A lot of us are quick to say, man, we've been here before slavery. All right, that may be so. Can you prove it? See, because when the shit go down, that's what it's going to have to come to. That's what it will come to. Prove it. Prove it. You know? And I say that to say this, man. A lot of us won't be able to prove that. That may be the case, however, but we can't prove it. Let me tell you what can be proven. Your DNA. DNA proves where we come from. And again, because we came from there, that don't necessarily, it doesn't necessarily make us that. You know, we are part of that. We come from that lineage. You know what I mean? That's where we come from. Our ancestors were there before we were here in any capacity or whatever capacity we got here in. You know what I mean? That's where we come from. By rights, I can say I'm the fuck up. Yeah, man. I can say I'm African. It's in my lineage. It's in my DNA. I can say that. It might go back 3,000 years. You know, telling how long our people were here before all these other people got here. Could have been thousands of years. So what? Where'd they come from? Where'd they come from? Alkebulan or Alkebulan. Ain't really Africa. You know, it's just something they gave us. But anyway, we're here now, man. We've been here. This is all we know. For a lot of us. For a lot of us that has been here, whose families been here generations upon generations. We're not talking about these first, second generation individuals that come over freely or escaping whatever the political climate is where they left. We were here. That would make us part of this. We built this. Our people died, man, for this. Shed blood for this. This is our shit. Yeah. So what would that make me? You know, and again, you know, America's just a geographical location, man. Africa is just a location, man. You know, black is a color. You know, we look, man, we get caught up in this shit because that's what they want. They didn't figure it out, man. Keep them guessing. Not only that, but hey, man, we'll pit them against each other. He'll want to be a Negro. He'll want to be an African American. He'll want to be a Black American. He'll want to be an FBA. Hey, man, that just creates more dissension, more division. That's cool. Go ahead, man. Let them do. Hey, man, it don't matter to us. We know what they are, but we ain't gonna never tell them. What does it matter? What I profess to be. Why isn't it that, okay, man, I'm here, man, and I'm saying as a result of our being here, however we got here, we're not being treated fairly. I don't have to attach African American, Black American, FBA to the fact that, motherfucker, I ain't being treated right. Fuck where I came from. Fuck what I'm talking about how I'm being treated. I don't care about all that other shit, man, tell you the truth, man. And to tell you the truth, I have an issue with that. Claiming one over the other. Come on, man. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. We are the original human being, man. That's it. That's it. I don't need no other attachment in terms of, man, where I came from, you know, and that type of shit, man. Because I can't tell you who I came from. That would be more important to me. That would be more important to me. We know that that's where we came. Come on, man. Common sense, DNA says it. That's where we came from. You know, by right, we can say, yeah, that's what we are. But the fact of the matter is we don't know who we are. Know where we came from. But who we are is the real issue. I don't have an identity to claim, bro. Neither do you. That go for all of us. We don't have an identity. And we shouldn't have worried about whether I'm African, Black, Negro, or FBA. We need to be upset about the fact that these people that took our heritage from us, man, our identity from us. To such a point, we don't even know the fuck we are. So we go along, we call ourselves colored. You brothers call yourself the M word. Come on, man, what the fuck? Whether I'm African, it don't make no difference to me, man. That don't mean nothing. Now we got the FBAs. They get upset because brothers and sisters, we don't know any better. They say, I mean, I'm African American, I'm Black American. Again, man, it's just more dissension, more division. Oh, you don't know what you eat. You don't. Now you have people stop and sit back and think about you. Now, what's really going on? Oh, you bougie. Oh, you the uppity. You know, that's how it's coming off. We got them type too, man. We got them kind. You FBA, what, that make you better than me? Us? Why is that something you got to put in our face? You know? We got issues, man. We got some serious issues, man, we not dealing with, man. I'm telling you, we not going about dealing with our issues correctly. There's a reason for that, though. There is a reason for that. We've been indoctrinated, man, with so much bullshit, man. It's hard to find a way, man, back to the top, man. We can't even come up for air, man. There's so much shit weighing us down. We got one against the other, man. The same people. If it ain't Crip and Blood, it's Hoover. If it ain't African American, Black American, it's FBA. What the fuck, man? What difference do it make? We all Black. We all look, we all have this melanin. That's it, man. That's it. Everything else, man, is irrelevant. But we not seeing that. We think this shit is very important. But it's not. And it's not only because we don't know what the situation is, man. So why are we stuck on this? Rather than say, okay, man, let's just rise up as one, man, melanated people. We all have the same issues, the same concerns, the same struggles. We all go through some things. And most of us go through it together. What the hell I care about if you professing to be African American, Black American, or FBA, Negro, colored, or ninja? Hey, man, how does that help us? How has any of that helped us? Yeah, man, I don't know. I can't call it. I don't see where it helped us anywhere. Queen Nzinga says, man, the operative word is some. We understand what is, should be, but everybody ain't cut out for everything. Just keeping it real. James said it's crazy when MF say it's my job to do so and so. What do you mean it's your job to do so and so? People with jobs make money and live honestly as they can. Only job I know is Black love. That is a job. That is a job. Let me try to catch up, man. Oh my God. Well, I ain't too far back. I'll catch up though. All right, all right. James also said, man, we should make it our job to love, respect, and unite. First and foremost, man. We shouldn't make it our job to press and push on whether we African American, Black American, or FBA. Our job, first and foremost, should be just to love one another, man. So we can get over this division, these separations, man. You know, these people have compartmentalized all of us, man. They put us in boxes with names on them. Come on, man. I don't care about none of that. Bubba, Murray Bubba says, it's Trill Talk, big bro. You giving some. All right, that's Trill Talk, big bro. You giving game. Some 83rd D-Lo. C83rd, D-Loc, and RSCG Stump. Stump gave me that same game, California Love. Read that one more time. I hate that. I apologize for butchering it like that. But anyway, Murray Bubba Johnson said, man, it's Trill Talk, big bro. You giving game. See, 83rd, D-Loc, and RSCG, Rolling 60 Crip Gang, Stump gave me that same game, California Love. There you go. Each one teach one, man. That's our job. That's our job. And if you're willing to teach another brother or sister, then that means you got love for that brother or sister. You got love for yourself first and foremost, but you got love for that brother and sister. You're not tripping on if he from Africa, if he from Rolling 60s, if he from Hoover, if he from Denver Lane, Brim, Pyru, what? Hey, man. Man, tripping none of that shit, man. Most of us know, man, this shit is in the way. It's in the way. And for us to go forward, we got to start moving shit out the way, man. We got to start getting over bullshit, man. Climbing over it, going around it, going under it, just going through it. We got to get over some shit, man. Get past this shit, man, so that we can do the work of the people. That's our job. For real, that is our job. It should be our number one job. Straight up. James says, man, when brothers like Bub and other notable reputables from California gang culture tell us how stupid and useless banging is, why is it that you dumb MFs proceed to join gangs and bang anyway? FOH. They made this thing, man, attractive, man. Come on, y'all. In social media, listen, man, this shit is, man, y'all, we got to see the big picture, man. We got to be able to see the forest for the trees, man. You can't go on social media and say a whole lot of stuff, man. You cannot come on YouTube and be disrespectful to them people, you know. You can't talk about certain things. It's a whole lot you can't do. And they call it keeping the community, you know, community rules, you know, keeping it right. You know, not pure per se, but keeping it, you know, keeping it together, you know, certain shit you can't say and do. But guess what? They'll let every black man or woman come on YouTube with the most derogatory, disrespectful, degenerate shit possible. They'll allow them to come on and drop that shit in order to expose it to them young minds that soak up everything, you know? They allow that. They let brothers, man, come on there and call each other the N-word. But you can't say the J word. You can't say the K word. You can't even espouse anything close to anti. You know what I mean? You can't do it. But you guys can go on here and you can call each other the N-word. You call the sisters the B-words. You call them hoes. You know, you treat them any old kind of way. Treat each other any old kind of way. And the community standards don't apply to that. Y'all ain't figured this shit out. So when it's asked, or when people ask it, man, why do these dudes still want to gang bang? Or why they want to be? Because they're allowing it to be fed to them. Social media, so technology is something where everybody, most people go to sleep with the phone in their hand. When they wake up, for they brush their teeth, wash their face, take a shit, take a piss, they got the phone in their face. Everything they're getting is from this thing, man. And it's not by accident that for the most part, the first thing they go to is YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram. What they looking for. Can't be nothing positive. Because most of social media, most of the sites that do good are all negative. 90% of them are talking gang talk. They're glorifying it, romanticizing it even. It's no wonder. It should be no wonder then why young brothers and sisters want to gangbang, man. They're making this shit look good. They're making it look successful. Come on, man. Fuck that, man. Straight up. Shit is in our face, man. And it's like, man, we looking right through it. We don't even see it. Why is it that these young brothers and sisters proceed to want to join gangs anyway? It ain't rocket science, y'all. It's just right here in our face. We just don't want to look at it. We don't want to see it. James going to say, man, the brothers and sisters have been in this. All these dudes joining gangs in the 2000s are all busters and lames. You know, fucking disgrace to the black community. Foul business. And, you know, I have to say, that go for us too, man. We was on some Mark shit, man. That was buster shit we was doing, man. Trying to kill each other. Killing each other. And going to jail for it. Talking about it like it was the shit. That was straight buster shit, man. Straight up. To kill a brother. Kill your own. Go to jail and smile and laugh about it like it was the shit. You even talk to other races about it and glorify it. Mark shit, man. Yeah, straight up. That's Mark shit. That's buster shit. Foul business, man. Shit need to die, man, so we can get on with the business of living, man. We are not living, man. What Pac say, this ain't living, man. This ain't living. We got to be tired of this shit. And it ain't just the gang culture that's the problem. It's a big problem. Man, there's so much going on, man, in our culture, man, in our communities, man. It's shameful, man. You know? Straight up, man. Straight up, man. All right, man. Peace, love, respect to the beautiful kings and queens, man. You brothers, man. You sisters, you gods and goddesses, man. You know? Peace and blessings, man. Shit. Raymond Scott said, man, I've wondered if the elders in these sections can actually take control of the direction their sections in order to cease the violence. I bet you they could. I bet you they could. No? I don't doubt it one bit, bro. See, because here's the thing. In spite of how it looks, a lot of them young brothers have respect and admiration for certain dudes. They'll listen to them. Especially the legends, the ones who are solid with them, who understand what they're going through, but will still tell them, man, this ain't cool, man. You know, see them at the store or whatever, man. Say, man, all right, good to see you still here, brother. Check this out, man. I'm telling you who won't, you know. They ain't hitting them with no cap, no game. They talking to them like men supposed to talk to each other. You know, they're giving them respect. They're letting them understand, man, that it's appreciated that they see them today. And when they leave, man, take care, bro. Hope to see you tomorrow. There's certain individuals, man, in every section, every sector, man, that has that type of love, admiration, and respect. Not power. Not power, man. love, admiration, and respect. No matter how they got it, right? However the way they got it, they welded, they molded it into something though, where these young cats would still listen to them. They told them right from wrong. I think it's not about what they listen, it's about whether or not these dudes are willing to get up and make it happen. See, because again, man, in every section, in every sector, there are young individuals, man, who about it. Don't get it wrong. Don't get me wrong. But they listen to certain individuals. I mean, to the point where they don't just listen and consider it. They're listening and be like, all right. But big homie, what about? And then and then that G, if that's what he really is, he gonna tell him the truth. He gonna tell him the truth, man. Dudes gotta want to change it though. They gotta want to get up, man, and make up, man, for the harm we caused and we brought to our communities. Gotta want to do that. Gotta want to do that, man. You got to want to do that. Real shit, man. So that is Raymond Sko. I think that's the case. You have stumped down brothers from your section. I know for a fact can speak. Every section has them. Every section has them. And initially, I would think that a lot of these young cats be all, oh man, they'll toe the queue. They'll toe the queue. But they have to be approached by the right people. I think it's doable. I think it's doable, y'all. Oh, you had a continuation on that. Hold on. Anyway, you said continue, Raymond Sko. You say, just like lines were pushed for us to be violent, I feel lines can be pushed for our young homies to attain peace by any means necessary. For real. That's the point. I got ahead of myself. I should have kept reading. Those are facts, man. And we don't have to even use that terminology, because nowadays, man, a lot of people are sensitive. You can't be careful how you word things. You don't want nobody, but same way, yeah, that we pushed or we exerted that energy. You do the same thing, man, doing the very opposite of that, the opposite of it. Same energy, man. Brothers gotta want to do it, though. Brothers gotta want to do it. James said, man, like Marsha said, how the fuck did we come to this? And that's real. Rest in peace to Master Cody, man. Real spit. Real shit. Queen Nzinga said, B1 black first, none divided. Raymond Sko said, Bub, I said that today to myself about how we remain divided as melanated people. And if put us all together, we're all melanated. And who can tell us apart? We do that to ourselves, man. We let these people throw titles and labels out there on us, and we some of us get them and put them across our chest and put them on the sleeve, put our face or on our hats. I'm African American, I'm Black American, I'm FBA, I'm a Crip, I'm a Blood, I'm a Hoover, I'm a gangster, We all the same motherfucking people, man. It's just that, man, what we're wearing different shit. We're claiming different shit, but we're dying for all the same shit. Same motherfuckers, though. Same people. Same people, man. Without all that, man, no one will be able to tell us apart. They already say we all look alike anyway. And we do. Shit. You know. But hey, remove all that, man. We the same motherfuckers. We the same people. We the same brothers and sisters, man. We are the same human beings. It's some cold stuff, man. Some cold stuff, man. Yeah. Rakufu, how you do, bro? Peace and blessings, man, to you and yours, all right? You're going to say, so, Bub, you said it yourself. We all come from Africa, every human on earth. So the problem comes when we buck the pecking order. It's like saying my dad and I are equal in the pecking order facts. Black is a description, not a people. FBA is an afterthought. Africa is a real scientific origin of my DNA or so-called black family. Hey, man, spit. Spit. You know? Now, I don't think the brother meant any harm when he asked me if do I associate myself as being African. One thing I overstand is that, hey, man, that's part of this game, man. I don't have to ever identify that. None of us do. It's common sense. None of us got to say what if we came from. We know where we are. We're right here. And a lot of us, are, generations upon generations upon generations, our people have been here. But guess what, man? Our lineage come from there. But again, why I gotta express that? Why I gotta express that? Why I gotta say that? You know? I gotta say that, man. I'm melanated, man. You know? I know where we come from. In fact, I know everybody came from. They came from us. But we were here first. You know? Our diaspora, man, it's multifaceted, man. We got here, man, over there, around there, in so many different ways, man. But we come from one place, period, point blank. FBAs, get off your high horse, man. Stop wanting to be the bougie of the bunch. We the same people, man. Y'all ain't no better than anybody who wants to profess to be a slave or come from slave stock. Y'all ain't no better than anybody say, man, well, my people came over here from Africa, man, at the time all that shit went down. So, yeah, man, so what? See, we got this problem in America, man. And listen, man. See, there are actually two worlds they only pay attention to, in the world, tell you the truth. The haves and have-nots, all right? But here's how the haves work. Those who have it. They'll make a category for those who ain't got it like them, but they trying. Pull a little tink. He trying to get up here. He trying to get, where he up in there, sitting at our table, man. They'll call them the middle class, and they'll tell the middle class, well, we like y'all better than, we do the poor people. The uneducated, the trifling, the wretched of the earth. We tolerate y'all a little better. They take that and run with it. They believe that. We do have a lot of our people who look at it like that. I couldn't go somewhere And I got on maybe some Pumas, man, you know, a pair of jeans, got my cuff in my jeans, man, nice shirt, man, I had on, you know, and I'm in there with, let's say, hypothetically speaking, a black doctor, a black lawyer, you know, a black person that's making good money. What do you think? What do you think the atmosphere will be like? You know, this is what we do. They pitted us against each other. They compartmentalized us, man, and we fall for it every day. So those blacks who have something, they tend to look down upon the blacks who don't. And the first thing they'll say is, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They forgot that a lot of us wasn't born into money. You know, a lot of us family, you know, mothers and fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, great-great-grandmothers, great-great-grandfathers, you know, didn't have that opportunity to go get educated, you know, start a family business. I had the children follow in the footsteps, you know, to improve the business, make the business better and greater. We got people that look at people, our people like that, man. And y'all ain't shit. Y'all just some ghetto. Y'all ghetto. That's what they say. Now we say it to each other. The ghetto called the ghetto ghetto. How you ghetto? The bougie side of the melanated people, man, you know, they're part of the problem too. Part of the problem too. And for the most part, most of them are, well, a large percentage of our sellouts come from that category of people. People down here look up there and we see that. We see them selling us out. So people down here that want to be up there, they say, okay, man, that's how I did it. All right, fuck it. Because I want to be up there. It's chain reaction shit, man. This indoctrinated shit, man. We going through shit. But we do more damage to each other, man, than they do now. You know? We turn our noses up at each other more than they do now. You know? I remember growing up, man, there was that thing, man, the light skin versus the dark skin. I fucking lived through that shit. You know? Oh, man. But anyway, it's, you know, it's a sickness. Yeah. It's a sickness. Yeah, man. Rakufu, you're going to say, man, black is a description, not a people. FBA is an afterthought. Africa is a real scientific origin of my DNA, so-called black family. All right. Lorraine Sense, how you doing? Good to see you up in here, sister. Peace and blessings to you and yours, man. Grand Rising. All right, Queen. Your presence is needed. We need the aspect, or you know, the perspective, man, of most sisters, man. You know, because I say, and you know, I don't care what nobody think about what I say in terms of this, what I'm about to say. This shit ain't gonna get done anyway, man, if the sisters don't, you know, kick it off, man. I'm just keep 100. Nothing get done without our women first. You know, real shit. Just think about it, man. Without the sisters, man, we gonna be a bunch of monkeys, man, scratching our head because we ain't gonna really know what to do or how to go about doing it. They are organizers. You know, they are nurturers, man. These are the matriarchs, man. They know how to run shit. You did. So, yeah, to have most sisters in this get out, man, would be a blessing to us all. Trust me on that. You know, that's, you know, I just want to say that. Anyway, Lorraine says, how you doing? So say hello, Bub, and loved ones in the chat. Hey, Bub, and this is Lorraine still talking. Hey, Bub, there are 2 other channels with the title All Things Politics. If you are open to changing the name. I'm gonna throw some suggestions out there to see what you think. I'll take that. The channel specifically is All Things Politics 26. But I noticed that, yeah, man, there's a lot of channels with All Things Politics, and the coldest part about it is none of them are even up. You know what I mean? They're not even running and content or nothing. So yeah, I thought about it. So yeah, if you got some suggestions, I'm open. Okay, I see him right there. You say, see what you think. Lorraine Sense says, here they are. The Political Discourse Podcast, the Political Discourse Forum, the Art of Political Discourse, Elevating Political Discourse. Now, by chance, did you go in there and make sure nobody else had any of these? I wish you would have emailed that and not put it in the chat. And that's not to say the RGC is going to do anything, but we have people come in all the time and they say, "Oh, let me hear him," type it in, But those sound damn good to me. I'm gonna run by the wife, man. Yeah, all things I could change it, I like for it. Yeah, it's catchy. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I like that one better. The Art of Political Discourse. I like that. I like that even better. All right, and appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you a great deal. Yeah, that's good looking out right there. Like I told you, man, the only things get run. Let's a woman get involved, man. Shit, we be doing shit at backward. They bring some sense to some shit. Rakufu said, "Hey, Bubba, we need a plan and discipline in implementing it like a pyramid effect, Top ruler, elder, young, working community, and a child, baby, reproductive plan to continue the pyramid effect. We need that and a whole lot of other shit, but I get what you mean. And that's important. Some cities still have eldermen and elders, I don't know to what extent they still have say or can, move the crowd, man. But in some cities, man, you still have that. You know what I'm saying? Well, the semblance of it, whether or not it's a working structure or not, I can't say, man. But I think that's what's needed, man. Structure. That's what we lack, man. We lack structure. And that's crazy because we are a people of structure, Yeah. Yeah, real shit. Man. James say, man, if there really is a heaven or hell, I would say life on earth is hell. Then what's heaven, though? Okay, let me finish this. This once beautiful world has been poisoned by the parasites in control. So, and if there is really a heaven and hell, I agree with you on that one. So you would say life on earth is hell. Then where's heaven and what is heaven? Just asking. Just asking. Here go Queen and Zinga. Talking about Lorraine Sense. Yeah, I like political discourse. That's just what we are doing here. Exchanging ideas, arguments of opinions, defying political issues, etc. All right, Queen and Zinga 74. All right. Trigger Bird, what's the word? Yeah. That's all we know, man. Don't know no quit. Don't understand that. You know what I mean? We adapt and adjust, but we keep going, How you been, bro? All right. Stay the course. All right. Stay the course, man. Keep focusing on the focus, Focus on the focus, homie. You're going to make it happen. All right. Good to see you in here, man. Love you for that. Appreciate you, respect you for that, bro. All love. Bird, what's the word? It's the homie, man. Come my Celly. Level 4, man. Man, that was a while back now. This is 2026. Yeah, man. I can honestly say I'm fortunate. I can honestly say I'm fortunate. Not just for the fact that I made it out of there and here I am, man. I have no complaints, man. You know what I mean? But for the fact that I've met some solid brothers along the way, man. You know, and I appreciate the fact that, man, I haven't forgotten those that I've known, you know what I mean, that I sellied up with, man. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't sell it, that I was cool with. I appreciate that, man. You know, and I'm hoping that, man, just that acquaintance, man, you know what I'm saying, that thing, that getting to know one another, man, pays off out here. You know, to the point where, you know, we meet up, man, and put something together, man. You know, watch it grow. You know, plant some seeds, watch them grow, man. You know, going about to another direction, another location, get it done, man. You know what I mean? You know, real shit, man. Rakufu said, man, right? Okay, from right here, let's get it right. Excuse me. From right here, let's get it right. The reason you have to celebrate your point of origin, so the world never forgets it or tries to eradicate or erase it. Trust me, if we don't, they will try and forget. Yeah, they won't just try. Yeah, they shit. Hey, man, they will erase it. They will cover over it. They will look, man. Who controls everything? Who writes history? We don't write it. They have the wherewithal, man. They have the capacity, man. They have everything they need, man, to write history the way they see fit. You know, they could erase it too. Look at Trump. Trump, man, as we speak, he has ideas, or he executed a few by now, where he removes certain artifacts, certain historical artifacts that pertain to us, certain things that tell the story, you know, that speaks to our experiences here, you know, under the boot of Jim Crow, or being subjected to Willie Lynch, you know. Yeah, man, that would be nothing for them to do. This is why it's important. We ought to know where we come from. Our identity is everything, man. It's everything. And I'm telling you, man, it's lost to us because most of us, we only identify with where we from. And I mean in the culture, you know. First thing out of some of these brothers' mouths is, where you from? I'm from Earth. My mama's womb. Why? You know? This is how we identify who we are, where we from, man. You know? We all do it. That's the indoctrination, man. That's part of it. That's the brainwashing at work. You know? But we can't tell ourselves or no one else, man, about our true identity. Who we are. You know? It's nothing for them people to get rid of us, to erase our history or rewrite it. And trust and know that's what they're doing. They're doing that. You know? They're doing it. You know? Statues that were once removed because they were bigoted, racist statues are brought back out of storage. I asked when I saw it, a couple of statues of these Confederate generals, slave owners. They had took the statue down a few years ago. It was in North Carolina somewhere, I think it was. And I had asked then, but I know for sure I asked when I seen them putting it back up. Why they didn't tear that motherfucker up? Why they didn't melt that thing, man? You mean to tell me then they went to took it and just put it in storage and thinking one day we're gonna bring it back? They brought it back. They brought it back, man. Or they bringing all of them back, you know? But yeah, man, they want to erase our history. They're in a perfect position to do just that. Perfect position. James said, peace, love, and respect, brother Trigger Bird. I hope all is well with you, because nothing but love and all the respect to you and yours. Groove one. Larae sends, okay, you talking to Queen and Zinga. Y'all don't y'all something else. That's all I gotta say. Queen and Zinga, Larae Sens said, Queen and Zinga, I like that political discourse. It definitely describes what Bub is doing, and we supporting. Love you, Bub. Love you back. Thank you, sister. Appreciate that. Oh, you searched? All right, cool. She said she searched. I was looking to make you stand out from the rest. Yeah. And that makes all the sense in the world. Because like I said, I go in there and I'd be like, damn. Be like 5 or 6 of them. I swear when me and the homie came with the idea years ago, that's probably when I should have did it. Me and the G homie, whole rate was in my yard one day in the patio. We just talking politics. And actually he said, man, we need a podcast where we talking politics. Everything politics. Like, yeah, huh? Like all things politics, huh? He said, yeah, all things politics. You know, he probably said it first, honestly. And that was years ago, man. Didn't jump on it then, you know. But I appreciate you searching and seeing that it wasn't there. So I'll see if we can we'll figure that one out. How to go about doing that. You know, it's still fairly young. You know, the subs are building, they're growing. So I appreciate that. So there's time, yeah. He'll get with brother-in-law in the morning, make sure I can do it and, you know, still keep. Well, I know I can still keep all the stuff, you know, all the content. Yeah, I'll tap in with him in the morning. Appreciate you for that, sister. Thank you, Queen. Since I was looking to make you stand out from the rest. Appreciate you, sister. All right. You go on to Sailor Ray Sense. When I searched, there was one titled The Art of Good Political Discourse. But I think that was the title of the video. You know, you just started something now. Rakufu say, Bub, would you say identity is crucial to our survival as a culture of the human race? So, well, of course. Well, of course. And I think that because there's a lack thereof, or there's lack thereof, us having our identity is part of the reason we're in this position. You know, part of the cause for us going through, you know, the things we go through. We have no identity, man. So a lot of brothers, we misplace dignity, pride, you know, and that sort of thing, man. We don't put it where it's supposed to go because we don't know where to put it. Our identity is, I think, is a compass, you know. It's a compass, you know. It will allow us to leave from any space, a spot on the earth, and go wherever the hell we go and still know who the hell we are. It gives us that opportunity, man, that, you know, that inherent right to be all that we can be. Our identity itself, it would be self-explanatory to us, but it would be something that's profound to another individual, not knowing what our identity is, but us being able to share it with them. I think our identity is everything, man. That's what I think. Because we don't have one, or because we don't have it. Look at us, man. We can't even identify with each other, let alone ourselves. You know, we find things to latch on to give us identity. Street gangs, street signs, names of white people, you know, street numbers, you know, it's where we get our identity, man. And that ain't us. It shows. Look at how we carrying on. That's not our identity, man. I think that if we had our identity, if we knew what it was, we wouldn't be this way. Our identity, man, is our everything. Like I said, man, it's our compass. It's everything, man. You know, it's part of our heart and souls. We messed up because we don't have an identity. They took that from us. They stripped us of that, man. Damn the religion, you know, but the identity that's attached, man, or language is attached to that. Religion is attached to that, you know, dignity, all that shit. Yeah, man. The number one thing, man. The number one thing. Ask these brothers today, man, what do they identify with? And they're going to tell you some street, some block, some neighborhood. And they're going to tell you with dignity. And when they tell it to you, they expect for you to honor it and respect it. It's everything, bro. It's everything that we don't have. Real shit, man. Rakufu, man, cold question. I just, you know, man. You said, Bub, would you say identity is crucial to our survival as a culture of the human race? Without it, man, we're done. Yeah, we don't see the signs though, man. We wearing this false identity, man, that, you know, we're going to be all right. We got to have an identity, man, that's going to not just help us to survive, but it's going to uplift us. It's going to empower us. We don't got that, man. And that's some sad shit for us. The greatest people on the earth, man. The greatest people on earth, man. One thing we do know, we melanated. That's a start. That's a start. And that got to mean something, man. In fact, man, that it's really all we need at this stage. It's really all we need at this stage, man. We are melanated people. Okay, again, hey, Larae says again, thank you. I really do thank you. Appreciate that. Rakufu says, man, without a identity, we can't rely around our sacred agendas as a distinct culture. Let me read that again. Without an identity, we can't rely around our sacred agendas as a distinct culture. Or we can't rely on, I don't know what you mean, Bo, in that sentence. But yeah, without one, yeah. Yeah, another thing, again, it's a compass. It allows us to do shit. Without an identity, there's no agenda. Yeah, you're right. Without the correct identity of who we are, you know, without the correct identity of who we are, there's no real agenda, man. I agree. Rakufu said, Bub, it's not all bad because we know the region of our origins to a large degree in West and Central Africa. That's true. That's true. And again, like I said, man, what we do have as an identifier. What we do have, that we can identify with for now is our melanin, man. Nobody else got this. Only those melanated people hey, man, got this. They're all over the world. They're all over the world. That's what we got, man. Rakufu says, man, now all we need to know is all those people in those regions have the same DNA. You're going to say, only thing is their man-made style. So once we connect to them, we create our unique style in lies the new African Republic. Sound like Monster right there. Raku says, he goes on to say, man, we are stronger in unity than separation. We are stronger in unity. You got that separation. I like to think you're saying we're stronger in unity than in separation, but okay, I'll read it like you wrote it. We are stronger in unity, that separation. All right, A. James, man, much love and respect, bro. You're about to do the same, man. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of your loved ones, man. All right? Continue to love you. Continue to love you, man. And they're going to get that. Number love, bro. Peace and blessings, all right? Take care. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Rakufu, you say an old African proverb states, twigs are easy to break, but bundles are almost impossible to snap, meaning unify or die. That'll be our segue into this, everybody. It is time. Peace and blessings to everybody, man, that made it through the night, man. And let's hope that, man, that, the ancestors breathe life into us, keep them lungs full, man, get the spirit, the soul ready, to do the damn thing tomorrow. Twice as best, twice as good, twice as hard than we did it today. All right? So take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, man. But love yourselves more importantly, so that you can love those who need love and may not even know it, man. All we need is love, and I think that's part of what we're missing, right along with our identity. We don't love because we can't identify how to. Love yourself so that you can love somebody else, man, who needs that, all right? Take care of each other, y'all. You are, you have been, and you will be under the groove. Power is in the people. Peace.
Count the names, count the bodies, count the victory. Cullen Hughes, Hurston writing future history. From the Apollo to the Borough to the Sphere, where the echo of those Harlem nights still ringing clear. So when they ask what happened in those tenement flats, between the spirituals and where consciousness is at, tell them we transformed suffering to scholarship and song. Tell them we've been telling you we're brilliant all along. The Renaissance will prologue every decade since the sequel. Every black child born's continuation of the people who survived the Middle Passage, survived the Jim Crow laws, and built magnificence from nothing but their vision and their flaws. That's in the sergeant. This is once a less than half this had to send messages. Please don't you, I can't stop us. Power sensitive project, the applause for polls. Need your data, tropes, and constantly problem when the wet just wanna build the season bait. Now don't get the pause. It's just erasing up the times. Plead the markets off the main. Make it honor fans. Turn the neck and love the durn. Suffer like a kesha. You went from the preaching up on side is each alone. Bitch on the shit and untrucy and vet someone the very inch on Gary Land. Be hell in heaven, you see what the bonnet been. If wait something for the Margaret to keep him from the trumpets on the boards to the singer land is carried open slowly. Keep us looking on my mother, break your generosity for the he and let the peasant be. It's every time we keep a spawn.